This is a tune by Ethan Hawke, entitled simply Words. They made me feel like a prisoner. They made me feel set free. They've made me feel like a criminal. Made me feel like a queen. They've lifted my heart to places I've never been. And they've dragged me down, back to where I began. Words can build you up, words can break you down, start a fire in your heart or put it out. Let my words be life, let my words be true. Love can heal the heartache, speak over the fear. Love's voice is the only thing we need to hear. Words can build you up, words can break you down, start a fire in your heart or put it out. Let my words be life, let my words be true. I don't want to say a word unless it points the world back to love. Let the words I say be the sound of love's grace. I don't want to say a word unless it points the world back to love. I want to speak love, not just another noise. I want to be love's light. I want to be love's voice. Let my words be life, let my words be true. I don't want to say a word unless it points the world back to love. Let the words I say be the sound of love's praise. I don't want to say a word unless it points the world back to love. I don't want to say a word unless it points the world back to love.
Thank you very much, Diana. That was great.
Thank you, music team. Wow. Thank you, Diana. And I just want to share with you, Diana and music team, that one of our people online says she loves the music. She loves being able to hear it at home because she is not able to come to church physically. So we are so grateful to our AVLM team. Thank you for making that possible for those who cannot be here with us. And good morning to Judy and Ellen and Suzette and Sherry and everybody else who is with us live online, and of course, all of you here in the building today. My shoe's untied again. I've always wanted to do this. Wait a minute, I have to do it with intention. Won't you be my neighbor? You can take your shoes off at this church if you'd like. It's okay. We are continuing our series on the power of elimination or renunciation. For those of you who may not be aware, may be new to this, many years ago, our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, came up with 12 specific powers that we use to grow spiritually, and then assigned different months to them and disciples. Actually, the months were assigned by Sunday school teachers to have a curriculum to work with the kids on, to develop these tools that we use. There's nothing specifically magical or mystical about them. These are gifts that every human being has. It's not about the religion or anything like that. These are gifts we bring through our spirit to develop and grow spiritually, to come into a higher representation of what we in Unity call the Christ consciousness. Well, as I said, Charles Fillmore chose the 12 disciples, each one to represent one of the 12 powers. And a year ago, I thought, you know what this world needs? This world needs more of the feminine energy. We need to bring it back into balance. It has been so patriarchal and so masculine for so long that we need that feminine influence. So I said, I am going to redo the 12 powers. And Charles did not come back and strike me down for doing it. Thank you, Charles. And I am going to assign women from the Bible. So the woman, as many of you know from last week, that I chose to do this, to represent our power of renunciation, was Ruth. She embodies and models the use of the power of renunciation. Now you may be thinking about that story going, how did she do that? Well, we look at it from a little different viewpoint. She released her attachment to her home. She was living in Moab with Naomi, who was from the Bethlehem area. She was Naomi's daughter-in-law. They were living in the land she had grown up in, around her tribe, her people that she had grown up with. This was her support, her comfort, everything she knew. But Naomi represented an opportunity to have new experience, to grow and evolve in a new way. And so she used her power of renunciation to let that go, or release, we could say. She probably had some fear about going to a new land. Think about what it must have been like for her. Here she is going to a place she has never been. She only knows one person from that place, Naomi. She's never lived in that environment, and in those days, sadly a lot like today, immigrants were not welcome in new lands. But she chose to go anyway. She released her attachment to the fear. She still felt it, but she released her attachment to it and made that journey. She realized that sometimes in order to grow, we have to let go of what we know. That's a great affirmation. In order to grow, I let go of what I know. Oh, you all look very scared. It can be scary. Of course it's scary. But we know that that is where growth happens. And one of the ways we can deal with that fear or anything we are experiencing in our lives is to use the power of renunciation. In Unity, we have a tool we use called denials and affirmations. And we use denials not to deny that a condition exists or that an experience is happening. We use it to remind us that that negative situation or belief has no real power over us unless we choose to let it. Did you hear that? That doesn't mean it's not happening. We know there's a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil, a lot of uncertainty in the world, but the truth is we are spiritual beings having a spiritual and human experience. And thus we can say, yes, that is happening, that is going on, but it has no power over me. And so we use these denials to clear out our consciousness, to let go of what is stuck within us and make room for higher truths. Now if you've been in Unity for any length of time or going forward, you will learn how to use denials and affirmations effectively. But I think there's a part of using denials that we have been remiss in looking at. And that is that all too often, and I'm guilty of it myself, I will use a denial, follow it up by an affirmation, and then walk out and in my daily conversation, negate the work I just did. Examples. I'm in church. I am not a victim of outer conditions. Let's take the economy. That's a big one on everybody's mind right now. I am not a victim of them. Economic conditions have no power to prevent my good from coming to me. And then I follow it up with an affirmation. I am a divinely supplied child of God. I am prosperous in all ways. And then I walk out that door and go get a cup of coffee and I sit down and go, man, can you believe the price of gas? Can you believe what they're charging for a loaf of bread? Can you believe what those politicians are doing to raise the prices or not doing to lower the prices? What have I just done? I've taken a high vibrational consciousness, and we all know everything is energy and vibration, and I've diluted it with a lower frequency way of thinking and speaking. It's all about frequency. It's all about energy. We think that the meanings of words program our minds, and they do, but the energy of words also affects our minds and our consciousness. Everything is vibration. Negative words implant and reinforce negative thought patterns in our consciousness. But we forget about the energy part. And when we are using a low energy type of speech in our daily lives, we are creating low energy responses, which can have a destructive result, or at the very least, hold us back from experiencing the good that we are working towards. It's like with climate change or the environment. Oh, we'll never overcome climate change. Who says? Who says? If we can get into the vibration of possibility and speak words of possibility, we could turn it around very quickly, I believe. I remember what Nikola Tesla wrote. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. It's all about energy, frequency, and vibration, including the words we say. What energy do the words we use in common conversation have? What frequency are we broadcasting at? A high frequency or a low frequency? A frequency of attraction or one of repelling? How often each day do my words fall out of alignment with who I want to be? Ask yourself that. And I really hope I'm not the only one, but it happens often. Because and don't beat up yourselves, we're bombarded by messages all day long that program us and bring us down into that lower frequency. Because the lower frequency oftentimes is what we've always known. It's comfortable. How often, each day, do my words fall out of alignment with who I want to be? Here in Unity, we talk about the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is actually a sub-law, and it falls under the umbrella of the law of vibration. And it cannot work if we're vibrating at a low frequency. No matter how many denials or affirmations we utter, they fall flat if they are negated by our daily common conversations and the words we use. How powerful is this? Science is proving this. All these things that the ancient teachers talked about, science is now proving. There's a branch of science called cymatics, C-Y-M-A-T-I-C-S. And cymatics is the scientific study of sound made visible. Sound is a vibration. That's all it is. It's simply a vibration. My words are simply a vibration. If you could somehow see what's coming out of my mouth, actually, not with the power of imagination, if you could see it, you would see waves of energy that hit your ear and are converted back by your brain into what you call words. But it's just energy. And cymatics takes this energy and shows us how it impacts the world physically. There's a great video, I will share the link on our Facebook page this afternoon, that shows experiments, and it's really a lot of fun to watch, where they take sound and they show what it does to water and sand and things like that. Just words, how it impacts it. So what we are beginning to understand is, in a much clearer way, is that everything in existence owes its existence completely to vibration and energy. And our teachers knew this as well. Think about the scriptures of every one of the world's religions. Every great master, think about what they taught. Start with Genesis. In the beginning was the Word. Start with Luke. In the beginning was the Word. What was the Word? The Word was a vibration. In the beginning was a vibration of energy. Sound. And God said, now I don't believe God said, let there be in King James English or anything like that, but I believe that God, the creator of the universe, is energy. And that energy vibrated at a frequency that brought energy into matter and manifestation. Words are thinking energy, amplified and empowered. Empowered by what? Empowered by the thoughts and the feelings we put behind them and the attitudes that we hold. Attitude determines our thoughts and our feelings. Words reflect our thoughts and our beliefs, and they reinforce our actions. Positive words are nourishing, uplifting, creative. That's what their vibration is. It's a vibration of creation. Now we know that they can also be destructive. Low frequency words. When we say something negative to somebody, when we insult somebody, when they tell them they are less than what they are, we are being destructive. And it does have an impact emotionally, mentally, and physically. Negative words are toxic. And over and over and over again, in scriptures of all the world's religions, we are reminded of that. In Proverbs 18, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. We can kill spirit with the words we say, but what we forget is that it affects us as well. When we say something negative to somebody else, we're saying it to who? Ourselves as well. Isaiah said, your lips have spoken lies, your tongue mutters wickedness. What lies do we utter all the time? I am unworthy. I am not enough. All the messages that were programmed into us by society, by family, by teachers, sometimes with the best of intentions. But they are low-frequency energies. Jesus in Matthew said, I tell you this, you must give an account on Judgment Day for every idle word you speak. Now, Judgment Day is not at the end of the world and all of that. When Jesus spoke of Judgment Day, when is Judgment Day? This is participatory. When is Judgment Day? Now, every day. And who's the judge? Me, you, ourselves. We judge ourselves, whether consciously or not. Most times it's unconscious. The subconscious is doing it. Joe is unworthy. Sorry if anybody's named Joe. I had to make up a name. What am I saying? I am reflecting or projecting onto Joe what I think about myself. And we know that we are not. All of us have value. All of us are worthy. In Talks on Truth, Charles Fillmore wrote, "To produce works, there must be a working power, vibration. This is exactly what the word is, the working power of God." It's not about going out and telling people they're sinners. It's not about going out and saying you must read this book or that book, this Bible or that Bible. It's not about any of religion. It's about the words we speak. We create as God creates through vibration and sound. Reverend Stella Terrell Mann wrote this: "Every time we speak, we turn on the power in our word or ourself, which is God's power honoring our human spoken decree. Every time we speak, we are conscious, or are we, of what we are decreeing? How many times are we conscious of what we are decreeing? In our daily speech, we make declarations all the time. Anytime you say, I am, you're making a declaration. Every time you say, I can't, or you can't, or we can't, we're making a declaration. Every time we say, yes, we can, yes, I can, we're making a declaration. How powerful are our words? May Rowland, head of Silent Unity, said this: "Words are of supreme importance in that they make impressions on the conscious mind and on the subconscious mind, and those impressions shape our thinking and our action." You've all seen the experiments of Masaru Emoto with water and how powerful just on water our words are. You know, that was the original intent of the meal blessing, was to bring your vibration in harmony with the food you are about to eat. The idea of blessing your food goes way back before Christianity or Judaism. It was about bringing yourself into alignment with what you are putting into your body. Because everything, us, what we put in, what we take out, is all vibration and energy. So how do we use this on a day-to-day basis? How do we begin to become conscious of the words we use in our common conversation and change it? Well, let's take a look at some of the things we say. Uh-oh, John. Okay, well, we can do it without it. I had slides, but they're being persnickety. Oh, there we go. I'll try. How many of us have ever tried? Okay, you all know we did the metaphysics of Star Wars in October. Think of Yoda. There is no try, do or do not. There is no try. So how could we change that word to a higher frequency word? Anybody guess? Give me some ideas. Do or do not. Do. Is it gonna? Oh, it worked. Do. All right. Okay, how about I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm too heavy. I'm too whatever. I can't do that. Of course. Oh, you guys are getting this. I can, or very good. I will. Did you see this before? How about, this one I'm guilty of. I open the door for somebody and they say thank you and I go, no worries. What, was there something to worry about? No problem, no worries. Oops, let me change it. Oh, I didn't. There we go. No problem, no worries. Was there going to be a problem? Was there something to worry about? What can I use instead? You're welcome. Who said that? My pleasure. Yes, my pleasure. It's my pleasure to open the door for you. It's my pleasure to do that. Oh, here, and that's what I have to work on all the time, because I said no worries for years. Okay, another one. It's hard. It's tough. It's difficult. It can be done. It can be done? How about, anybody else? I'll do it. It's easy. I'll do it. Sometimes it's not easy, though. How about up until now? Up until now, it was hard. Yeah, it was. Keeping my shoes tied. Apparently, up until now was hard, but I came up with a creative solution. Up until now. Here's one. Either or. This one's kind of easy. Both and. Roland, I think that was you, wasn't it? Yeah. Both and. All right. How about always or never? That always happens. Oh, that's never going to happen. I always mess up. Gee. Okay. Give me some ideas. Sometimes? How about possibly? Possibly. It's possible. There was a great movie I took my daughter to when she was about 7 or 8 called Angels in the Outfield. And I remember this little kid on the bike was always going, it's possible. I mean, here the team was the worst team in all of baseball. And this other kid said, they can win. I know they can. He goes, it's possible. It's possible. All right. How about that one came up. Gave it away. Everyone says this. I love it when people come to me and says, everyone says we should do this. Everyone? I bet everyone didn't say that. Or no one's going to believe that, or no one's going to do that. How about using specific people or numbers? 12 people said we should do this. All right. Nothing magical about 12, by the way. Okay. Oh, it's expensive. Oh, my gosh. Gas is outrageous. Actually, it's not, if you really look at it. Expensive. Yeah, this one's a little harder, isn't it? Expansive. I like that one I hadn't thought of. It's just a number. It's just a number. Who determines what a number is, whether it's high or low? About 360 right now? 369? It's just a number. What's the difference between 369 and $1.69? 2 digits. Just walk. Yeah. Well, there's that too. Okay, how about I need? I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I wish, I'm accepting. I would love. I would love. I would love. You're letting people know, this is my need. Or they're letting you know what their need is. I would love it if you would pick up that garbage. All right. One of my favorites. I have to. I get to. Very good. I get to. I get to. A lot of people don't get to do what we do. I get to. And of course, why? Why not? Yeah, some of these are easy. And this one, they made me do that. They made me say that. First of all, who's the they? I decided. Who said that? I decided to. All right. What else? I chose. I own my experience. I own it. All right, so these are some common phrases, and I know you can think of many others. I invite you this week to pay attention to your daily speech, your common conversation, and pay attention to the words you use. And if you catch yourself and you go, oh, I can't believe Gordon said to substitute this and I didn't do it, don't beat yourself up. Like I said, we are bombarded by these messages, bombarded by this consciousness. And it's going to take work to shift it. You know, how powerful is this? How powerful are the words we say and how we change things sometimes? I heard a story about Thomas Edison when he was a very young child, just starting school, didn't know how to read yet. And he came home from school one day with a note from his teacher and handed it to his mother. And his mother tore it open and read it. And it said, "Dear Mrs. Edison, your son is too stupid to go to school. There is no way he will ever learn anything. We suggest you just keep him at home." And little Tommy asked, "Mom, what did teacher say? What did teacher say?" You know, the most brilliant person in that family was his mother. Because what she said to him was, "Your teacher says you are too intelligent for that school. They don't have the ability to teach you at the level you think at. So tomorrow, we will find another school that really can have teachers who are intelligent enough to teach you." What if she had actually read the letter to him? It would have crushed his spirit. The words would have destroyed him. Instead, she shifted it and empowered him. We can do that ourselves. So in conclusion, words have power, even the words we use day to day. All of our words have power, and the words come from our thoughts. There's a cycle there. If we want to change our thinking, we change our words. If we want to change our words, we become aware of our thinking. Charles Fillmore said, "I am one thought away from transforming a situation into a positive or a negative, and my words create the vibration I want in my life." I'm going to close with an affirmation. I'll say it, and then we'll say it together. I'll say a piece, and then you can repeat it. I notice the power of my thoughts and my words so that I speak life and love in every interaction. Let's do this together. I notice the power of my thoughts and words so that I speak life and love in every interaction. We'll do it one more time. I notice the power of my thoughts and words so that I speak life and love in every interaction. And I notice the light, the life, and the love in your eyes and your words. Namaste.
We're going to invite Board President Andrea Zamora up again. You know what, the story is like, I think Gordon said, we need a little more feminine energy on stage, because a lot of times we only have the band and maybe Bill or somebody like that. Of course, today we have Diana. But Andrea
I'm
said...
chopped liver.
Well, I'm saying, a lot of times we have all men on stage or something, but,
Yep.
But Andrea said, well, I can play tambourine, so we took her at her word.
And it's interesting, your talk, Kent and I were talking earlier today about you all have no idea what the energy of having you sing and having you be out there does for us up here. It's so wonderful to hear your voices, and it just, so I was like, energy. Okay.
You have such a beautiful voice.
Aw.
Thank you.
This is a tune that Gordon actually mentioned. You've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative. But don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've got to spread joy up to the maximum. Bring gloom down to a minimum. Have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah and the whale, Noah and the ark. What did they do just when everything seems so dark? Eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, but don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Thank you, Diana.